Hey man,
Hey,
what's fun is these things never go like I think they're gonna go. Like that whole Bent Washburn thing we did, like immediately it went a different way than I thought it would, and then a whole thing was just a
well, we're
total
not.
sort of organic, like, oh, there was no way to plan for that.
No,
It was
no.
great.
Yeah, it was. It was. It was fun. I don't know. Like again, like we talk about, I don't know how these sound. You know what I mean? I don't. When we get a bunch of views, we get some people who are very nice and comment about it, but you never know. Like we've talked about a number of times. Is this compelling? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like something we can do. I get a kick out of it. I
I,
feel
be,
like
I
I'm
Yeah, I believe in
thinking
it
and
just because we've always said it'd be fun to record our conversations and
yeah.
put them out there. You know what I mean? Because that's some of the most relaxed and spontaneous and working on jokes things that we really have. You know what I mean? So it's those conversations are are just good usually to me. I care about them, and that's
Well, I
anyway.
said
It's
this.
fun.
I said this thing earlier today, but I wanted to tell you too. I don't know if you get this. Sometimes I get like I get a line in my head, and I don't know if I'll ever use it. It's not for me. Uh, it's just I have a thought, I have a picture or a line, and I know like who could say it. Like I thought of this. I want a woman to say this. I want to write this for a woman to say, and I want it to be like a woman who's talking to the camera, but she's talking to women. Like men are kind of getting to see this, but this is really a woman talking to women, and she
Yeah, it's cool that
says,
you're writing it for her.
"What? Yeah,
It's
exactly.
cool that you're
Yeah,
writing it for her.
this is
It
the
really
next
breaks up the
level of
whole point.
mansplaining. Next level mansplaining. Yeah. But the line is, uh, you know how when a guy will hit on you and you try to find a gentle way to tell him no thank you, and you're really just trying to be as nice as you can, and then they take it the wrong way and they say something like, what are you, a lesbian? And so you go along with it because whatever, to get this fucking guy away from you, and because that's such a male thing to think, that it couldn't be that I don't want to spend time with you, it's that I have to have given up dick completely. When that
Yes.
happens,
Like who
and you
thinks
think to
that?
yourself, when that happens and you think to yourself, and they call us cunts.
Right.
I don't know why that made me fucking laugh the first, and I don't know why I'm
Right.
thinking it. You know what I mean? But it just,
Because that's a non-sexist use of the word cunt.
yes,
It's
yes,
British almost. It's perfect.
yes, it's fucking perfect. And and uh,
Yes.
and it's something that it's what it is it's all the women that we know, that we're friends with and everything. That's something that they could, that I would imagine them saying to their friends. You know what I mean? To
I
women
yes,
friends.
I can't imagine, to be honest, I can't imagine ever feeling that way. Like if I were to hit on a girl and then she not want anything to do with me, it wouldn't even occur to me that she's a lesbian. I would instantly be like, okay, yeah, she sees the real me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like or
I mean,
she
your brain will go, well, she just doesn't have good taste. But deep down that she's right. She's really right.
yes.
You know what I mean? That's why I tell my wife, I love you, and I'm so happy that we could be together, but I can't trust you because, you picked me. Like that's just
Yes.
fucking bad.
Poor decision making
That's
all out of the
awful.
gate.
Outrageous.
So do you remember when you realized uh, this is the one I want to spend the rest of my life with? Like it's your 20th anniversary. Do you remember when that was? Like
I do. I
was it
do. I
was
do.
it
I mean,
one
you
moment
know,
or did it
I can't give like, I just remember that she kissed me, we kissed each other, and then, how you separate, and she just had this look in her eye that was just, I don't know, it was, you know what I mean? It was like, bing, you know what I mean? Like a sound went off in my head. Like it was just like, yes, this is it. this is the one, you know. And
On your first kiss, or this was just
no, no, no.
another
It was
kiss?
like, I mean, it wasn't long into it. It was third date or something like that. I think it was. I can't. That's the part I can't, because we had such a weird beginning. It was like I met Chris through Jackie. Jackie was waiting tables and worked for Coconuts, and so whenever I was there and Christine was in town, she would be waiting for Jackie, and we met that way. But we didn't. It, there was nothing, you know. For a couple of years, nothing happened, and then we went out. We were both at a bar at Ricky T's. We were at Ricky T's, and
You got just hammered enough where you hooked up.
no, I mean, I just got there. I wasn't even,
Okay.
and there was this other woman who was, you know, I mean, I don't want to say like hitting on me, but it was weird. I wasn't, I didn't want that. You know what I mean? And so I knew
Funny, I
Chris.
was actually with another girl when I met Serena too. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Not that you were with her, but
No, I
it's just
wasn't. I was
interesting.
like trying to get away from the idea of it.
So
And
so was I.
yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Well, I pulled Chris
Yeah.
onto my lap, and I acted like, and I just said, just go with this. And I acted like she was my girlfriend. And the other woman left. And then we ended up, we went to another play, or we met at another bar later. And then we walked on the beach together. We had this incredibly romantic night. I remember kissing her on the beach. But then, and then our second date was, if you call that a date, really our first date was a wedding. It was a friend of mine's wedding. We went to that. And then our third date
Wow.
was, you know,
It's an interesting first date.
yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird. I mean, it wasn't planned right, or it doesn't feel like that's the way it should have been, but it was the way that it was. But my thing with her was that I just felt like, I mean, I know we joke about it, but I really felt like she deserves better than me. And so it took a long time for me to be able to go, how am I going to fuck up this person's life by being with them? And you know, you have to talk yourself out of that shit and try to, and Chris is the reason, if there's any part of me that likes me, it's because she built that up. She got me to a place, you know what I mean? I mean, I still don't think that much of myself, but, and I don't know why. I don't. I mean,
that surprises me. That surprises me, to be honest.
Well, the people think that, well, you're so cocky, but as little as I think of myself, I think much less of everyone else. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm not shit, but I fucking know you're not shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not you, but
Yeah,
you know what
right.
I mean? Like, I'm like, yeah, you know.
You're the minimum, and
Yeah.
everybody else is below you. Like,
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it is that thing. I mean, we talked about it on the other one, but it is that thing that, you know how you feel about yourself, that you think, I'm not that smart. Like, I'm always questioning, well, maybe I'm wrong. What if I'm fucking wrong about this? What if this isn't the way, you know? And then you see people.
Yeah, I
who
kind of
don't
do the same thing. I go
all.
back and forth between I'm certain that I'm right,
Yes,
to like, oh shit,
maybe
I might be wrong about it.
Yeah.
I haven't.
But
then somebody says something and it's
that,
like, no, I'm just stupid. I don't. What am I talking about? You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm talking. You know. Did you have any? Did you have any moments from when your second date on where you almost broke up, or you didn't think this would work?
Yeah, I lied to her. No, not that I didn't think it would work. Well, I mean, I don't think I thought that it would work in the point of, you know, when you think that she deserves better than this. Like, you know, there's a lot of things like that. I'm not going to get that far into it, but
we both just know our wives could do a lot better than us.
Yes, yeah. And then,
and it's almost kind of like you said, it's almost kind of a nick on their character that they didn't. Like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah. It's like, you know, you could have played in the bigs, but you never got past, you know, AAA.
And you chose it. Like, you could stay at the Hilton, but you went ahead and stayed at the Knights Inn. You went to Comfort Inn. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't.
And
So you
Comfort
had a
Inn
coupon for
sounds
both.
so, it's such a great name, Comfort Inn, right? And they're not. Like, they're the complete, yeah, I know.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay, so you had what happened? I want to hear this. Where it almost didn't. Where the what's
So
the life that the version of y'all's life where you go separate ways?
well, there was, there's a couple of things that you find out about a relationship that you learn. One of them is lying. That lying's not going to work, right? You can't lie to each other. And I lied to her, and I thought I was doing it for the right reasons because I had gone to New York for a competition that got me Aspen, got me the Comedy Arts Festival, the HBO thing, and
Right, right,
in
right,
Aspen,
right, right.
Colorado. And I look back on it now, I should have taken her with me. But at the time, I was like, I can't have distractions. But Steve Reynolds came with me. But Reynolds wasn't distracted because I don't give a shit if he gets to the club or, you know what I mean? Like, it's a dude. He's on his own. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about him. And I know now that she would have been perfect for it. And she wouldn't have been, but I was dumb. I was young and dumb. And so I didn't tell her that Steve went. An omission is lie. You're lying to the person. And I went to do a gig. Now this is the gig. It was a hot dog stand. Yeah, and it was called
What?
Hot Diggity Dogs, and and it's as bad as it sounded. It was exactly as bad. You know, we're. I remember. I don't think you were with me when we did the one in. No, because it was Iraq. We did one in, or was it Afghanistan? It was Afghanistan. I think it was with Phil Palisol, and we did the Pizza Hut. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah,
outdoor Pizza Hut,
yeah.
and they're just going to get their pizza, and there's not really an audience. You're just kind of talking. It's the same
Yes.
thing. There's like four people that are getting hot dogs. Well, me and Steve and Chris were there talking, and I said something. I don't even remember what I said, but in the statement that I said, I revealed that Steve had been in New York with me, and she had brought me, and she got mad, and I think she probably cried, but she just got in her car and left. I mean, she just walked away, got in her car and left. And I thought then
Was she
that,
a ride? Was she a ride?
yeah, yeah, Reynolds had to take me back, and she was also, I was living with her at the time. You know what I mean? It was like, it was, and I mean, it was, and
Did you know what
it
it
hurt
was?
so much, and it was so. That's how I knew how much I loved her, was that the thought that it would be over was so. I was aching. I was in pain. I was in physical pain about it, and it's why I
Were
don't
you
lie to
looking at her
people.
when she had the moment of realization that you lied to her? Did you see that look, like the
Yes,
Romney look, go
yeah,
over her face?
yeah, yeah. I saw her, like, she just. It was just like, and you have to make that up to them, and I mean, they don't.
Right.
They're going to hold on to it for a little while. I mean, she was
So
great.
what about
She
now?
didn't hold on
So
to it
what about
forever.
now? So there's been no lying since, and there's none now. There's none like your son, like you let him watch extra television that she wouldn't want him to watch, and you're just like, shh, don't tell mom. You know what I mean? Do you have some of that
Oh,
that's
we
sort
do
of
that, but it just,
seeped in over the years, or
yeah, we do some of that, but that's just, I don't care if he tells her, really. I mean, I'm just joking
right?
on that. No, now it's like,
Like
especially
I
with,
don't want him out there. My wife would be like, I don't want him riding past that part of the street. And if she wasn't around, there might be a time where I'm like, yeah, I just don't agree with that rule. You
oh
can
yeah,
go ahead and go down a
yeah,
little bit farther,
yeah,
you know?
there's a lot of,
And I'm not going to argue with her about the rule change because I'm going to lose that argument. And you know what I mean? So there's obviously been a couple, like that kind of stuff, So do you have that kind of stuff, or are you just
yeah, yeah,
totally
yeah, yeah, yeah,
above the
because
board?
that's a kid thing too. You know what I mean? She has it
Right.
with him also. They have their, they're a team. It's them against me, really. I'm
Yes.
loud, and Why are you so mean? And then I'm like, I'm
Why is
not
Daddy
loud enough.
yelling? It's not. I'm not yelling. It's
Yeah,
a
I'm
thing.
just,
I just.
yeah.
Yes, I'm yelling, but I don't
But
really mean it.
I don't know. I mean, now it's more like you just you get on each other's nerves every once in a while, and you just
So
gotta.
you go. You pull up to the apartment, and you got to go in, and you got to make this right, and you know exactly what you did wrong, and she's not answering your phone calls because they don't. Nobody. People don't have cell phones then,
No, no, we
and
didn't have cell phones, and we didn't. And she didn't talk to me that night, and it was. I don't know if it was a day or two later that she. I mean, she might have been, but we had it, and we got it all out, and we had a couple of those where it was where there's moments where it's just so emotional, and you look back on it and you go, come on, man. I mean, what they shouldn't have done that. But really, how bad it was. But it was in that moment. It was fucking bad. And we had the moment of where she basically said to me, look, because I was like, I don't want to get married. And it wasn't that I didn't want to marry her. It was just, let's not worry about the facts.
right.
Let's not have anybody that knows what they're talking about.
Dude,
Fuck that.
this is a
Yeah.
boring enough conversation without bringing a fucking lawyer into this.
Yeah.
But he let me hit the comedy wall. That's what that was. Uh, they